May tanong no? Okay, so what happened, some of you may have watched yung kahapon sa Malacanang where Secretary Roque and the three of us, the DOT, DILD, and DNR, we answered some questions already regarding the closure of Boracay. And as mentioned by Secretary Roque, the President has already affirmed or adopted the recommendation of the three agencies, Secretary Roy Simatu, Secretary Teo, and Secretary Anyo, recommending to the President a temporary shutdown or closure of Boracay for 6 months, maximum of 6 months, and it will commence this coming April 26. We have already starting consulting the stakeholders that will be affected by the closure. We have been discussing with the Tourism Congress of the Philippines, the stakeholders there in Boracay. In fact, there will be a stakeholders meeting that will happen this coming April 17 to discuss the plans, the specific plans of the department regarding the activities that will be undertaken during the period of closure. So these 6 months, just to emphasize, these 6 months is a maximum period. We can shorten the closure depending on the progress of the rehabilitation efforts to be done in Boracay Island. So what else? Everything you can read in the newspaper already. So okay. So game na tayo, Marisa. Game na tayo. Question answer. So we can now entertain questions. Later on siguro, kung okay na si Secretary, he will grace the press briefing. Yeah, Maki.
Sir, can you give us specific establishments na nata-target? There are recognizable establishments, kasi famous establishments. Can you give us one or a few examples na i-demolish nyo or kakasuhan nyo? Like, yung mga nakatayo sa wetlands or forest lands?
Yung sa wetlands, undergoing na yung aming assessment. In fact, itong one classic example is the West Cove. We determined that West Cove Hotel expanded their area. Originally 900 square meters lang, but they expanded their area by 3,000 square meters. Yung iba naman nandito sa, like for example, specifically yung the mall. Some of you asked me last time kung nasa ibabaw siya ng wetland, but based on our assessment, hindi naman siya nasa ibabaw ng wetland, but then yung tributaries where the water is flowing, going to the wetland, doon siya nakatayo. So siguro, iayos natin yan. We will ask the mall to make sure that yung flow ng water will be continuing and directly discharged to the wetland and finally to the water body. So ito lang yung mga ibang nakikita natin. May mga list. Siguro later on, we can provide you the list of those establishments na nag-violate sa Clean Water Act. Yeah.
Sir, yung sinabi niyo na pwedeng mapaikli, ano yung mga detalye na pwedeng mapaikli yung 6 months?
Based on the discussion of the interagency, there are five major environmental problems that we need to address. Number one, the drainage system and upgrading of the sewer lines, additional putting up additional STPs so that we can accommodate the island can accommodate the wastewater being generated by the hotels and business establishments there. Then another problem is the garbage problem. Per our record, the generation of the island is about 90 to 115 tons per day, and only based on their capacity, only 30 to 50 tons per day ang nakukuha lang na ilalabas sa island. So we need to determine a lasting solution to address the garbage problem. You may recall that when the Secretary Simato assumed office, he took the challenge of one columnist in the newspaper to clean Boracay, and we did. Kaya lang, pagkatapos na siguro, after some time, balik na naman. So, perhaps during this 6-month period, we will make sure that there will be a solution to the garbage problem there in Boracay. And another problem is, of course, yung encroachment, it's mga easement natin. May mga lista tayo dyan ng mga establishment na nag-violate sa easement na 25 plus 5. Maybe, if you're interested, we can provide you the list of those establishments. And then, yung nag-encroach sa wetlands and forest land. And then we are, aside from these environmental problems, we are looking also at the protected areas in Boracay Island, which we feel that if we will not be protecting it, we will be in a deteriorating state. No? So we need, like for example, yung Pupa Beach, and then yung mga kuweba doon, yung mga caves na merong mga nakikita tayong flying fox bat. So ito yung tinitingnan natin, and then of course yung nandito yung mga problems, then yung tinitingnan natin yun sa island kasi may mga sinkholes kami nakita dyan, sinkholes. Nandun na yung MGB namin to assess this situation. So basically, if we can at least complete this in addressing these problems, maybe this will convince the interagency to recommend to the President the immediate relaunching of the Boracay Island.
Palablag po. At least kung hindi man maximize yung 6 months, mga at least ilang buwan lang po. Pinakamabilis na pwede po na.
Ang maximum, it was stressed kahapon by Secretary Roque that during the cabinet meeting, the proposal was a maximum of 6 months. But syempre, titingnan din natin kung paano natin mapabilis yung rehabilitation because we do not want to extend yung sufferings din yung mga nandun sa Boracay na naapektuhan din ang closure.
Yes, sir. Maximum po yan, pero pwede ba na maging 4 months?
Pwede maging 4 months, pwede maging 3 months. Depende sa how fast we can implement this, address this environmental problem.
Hindi po.
Sir, pwedeng beyond 6 months?
Very strict si Secretary Roque, sinabi 6 months. No extension, 6 months.
Yusek Jonas.
Pero just want to clarify, yung 6 months na yan, yung closure. But the rehabilitation, itong ginagawa natin sa DNR, yung rehabilitation, it may take a longer period. Even if we have already relaunched the Boracay Island, we will still be continuing our rehabilitation effort there. Kasi mga iba naman, hindi matatapos naman ng 6 months yan. Like for example, yung laying of pipes and sewer lines. So, but at least we are optimistic that at least these efforts will address some of the problems in Boracay.
Yusek Jonas,
Yeah.
yung recording po,
China.
napag-usapan na ba po ng interagency yung specific guideline on the closures? Kasi parang tinatanong po ata ng mga stakeholders and Boracay residents, paano nyo ma-regulate kunyari yung entry ng mga residents, how will you monitor them?
Yeah.
Yung mga ganong guidelines naman po.
Yeah, it was asked in yesterday's press briefing of the spokesperson. The DILG through ASEC Bensing mentioned in the briefing that within a couple of days they will be releasing to you yung kanilang closure plan. Kasi sila ang magko-control nun eh. They will be the one implementing the closure to stop the influx of the foreign tourists and local tourists there. So siguro the ILG siguro in the few days they will be releasing their closure plan of the Boracay Island.
Sir, prepare ba, naka-prepare din pa kayo if in case na may umakyat sa Supreme Court para mag-file ng temporary restraining order at tigilan itong closure ng Boracay?
Yes, actually, we are expecting it, lalo na yung mga maapektuhan ng mga hotels. Ano? It is within their right to file reprieve or seek redress from courts. Ano? Pero we are always emphasizing to them that this is not what we are doing in Boracay will not only benefit the island but the whole country as well. So ito, sabi namin, pansamantala lang para sa inyo rin naman, maayos natin yung environmental conditions there. Kung magpa-file sila, we will be facing them, of course. And then, kaya nga medyo nakikita nyo mabagal yung aming pag-undertake ng rehab at saka pag-undertake ng mga issues sa notice of violations because we want to make sure that we follow the procedural requirements so that if these cases will reach the court, at least medyo prepared din tayo.
So yung rehabilitation, how much longer yung nakita niyo? And then,
How much longer?
you said it could go beyond 6 months yung rehabilitation.
Actually, ang sinasabi lang natin, yung 6 months natin is closure. We have been consistent in our statement that itong ginagawa natin nito, minamabilis natin, but then there will be activities that will goes beyond 6 months. Like for example, yung upgrading of sewer lines. Kasi mababakbak tayo dyan. So siguro, prioritize natin kung ano yung pwede nang magawa. And then yung mga ibang lalampas, so gagawin pa rin natin.
Then the estimated cost of rehabilitation. Cost of rehabilitation.
Yung sa rehabilitation, for example, yung sa... We have here Secretary Sumato of DENR. We're so fortunate that we have this. We have Secretary.
Sorry to disturb you.
So yung cost of rehabilitation will be determined by the two concessionaires and TIESA. I understand that TIESA has already allotted allocations, some money for rehabilitation of the sewer lines.
Two concessionaires.
Two concessionaires, BIWC and Boracay 2B.
Sir? Joyce Dinas, Boss DNR Philippines. Sir, pwedeng paliwanag lang po kasi ang common reaction po ng mga bakasyonista natin, mga tao nasa Boracay, malinis naman yung stations 1, 2, 3. Bakit pong kailangan pang isara yung stations 1, 2, 3 kung ang sewage problem po, sir, nasa Bulabog Beach, which is on the other side of the island?
Kasi ang problema natin dyan, we cannot implement the upgrading and changing of the sewer lines kung marami mga turista doon. Mahirap naman kung nagbabakbak tayo ng tali doon at nagpapalit tayo doon, baka may mangyari pa sa kanila. And then, we want to make sure that kung sino yung maliligo doon sa beach, sigurado naman na malinis yung papaliguan nila kasi mahirap na kung marami mga tourist doon and then they will be seeing mga discharges na black doon. So, yun ang iniwasan natin doon. Kaya hindi naman po pwedeng at one station there is discharge of treated wastewater. Hindi naman pwede natin contain yung pollution doon sa station 1 na yun. Kasi mayroong possibility na kumala din sa water body yun. So, we feel that there's a need to really fast-track rehabilitation in the area at i-close natin muna pansamantala yung buong island.
Sir, hindi po posible na per phases ang gagawing rehabilitation?
Hindi kasi based sa discussion daw sa cabinet meeting per Secretary Roque, it was also asked during the cabinet kung bakit hindi phase by phase. Kaya lang ang problema natin doon kasi it is an island environmental problem. Hindi hindi naman kaya natin na face by face. For example, how can we face by face, how can we solve the problem of garbage in a face by face approach? Eh, ito, can you imagine, sabi ko nga kanina, ang generational waste sa Boracay Island is about 90 to 115 tons per day. And they can only hold per day about 30 to 40 tons per day. So may mga naiiwan talaga. So we need to resolve this problem, the island-wide problem, and I think face-by-face will not be appropriate if we address this problem.
Sir,
Ay, sir.
just to clarify po, you mentioned, sir, kasi ang nakikita ng mga tao ngayon, malinis naman yung tubig po sa stations 1 to 3. Bakit po posibleng magkaroon ng discharges you mentioned earlier?
Actually, yung ating parameters doon, it doesn't mean that if it is visually clear, malinis na. Kasi kaya can you imagine when you conduct sampling in the beach, it will take us at least 3 to 5 days before we analyze it. So yung pollution, yung contamination of water cannot really be seen visually, no? So we need to study or to evaluate yung contents ng water before we can safely say na safe yung area for swimming.
Sir, Val Gonzalez, DZRH po. Who will shoulder po yung expenses incurred dun sa rehabilitation? Meron ho ba kayong allotted budget po doon? O kung sino man ang kumpanya o sino man yung establishmento siya ang shoulder? Kasi yung binanggit nyo yung West Cove, from 900 lang supposed to be, nag-expand sila up to 3,000.
Ang approach natin dyan sa mga ganyang violators, we notify them to self-demolish, self-correct themselves. Ngayon, kung hindi sila mag-self-demolish at self-correct, it will be the government who will be doing the demolition at their expense.
So wala ho kayong budget para dun sa rehabilitation na para sa kanila?
Dito sa kanila, wala sa kanila. Kasi in the first place, they're violators. So we will not be spending to correct their violation.
And speaking of violators, may mga in-issue statement before, I don't know kung mismong sa DENR nanggaling, na lahat ng violators ay sasampahan ng kaso. Nakahanda na ho ba yung mga cases to be filed?
That's the reason why we're really very careful. We are building the case so that when it reaches the court, at least ready naman tayo. So we do not want to squander the opportunity kung mag-file tayo ng case sa kanila. At meron no, kung medyo mali yung ginawa natin, baka matalo tayo dun sa korte. So we're really making sure that what we will be filing will be correct and in order.
Pero so far, since po na lumaki yung issue po dito tungkol sa pagkasira ng Boracay, meron na ho ba kayong nakita na talagang kailangan sampahan?
Yes, we have issued already show cause orders to 900 establishments occupying forest lands and wetlands. So we have already, some of them were issued notice to vacate already. And then, kung hindi sila mag-vacate doon, baka either we undertake the demolition or sabi mo nga, kung pumunta sila sa court at mag-issue ng temporary restraining order, then we will be facing them into it.
Sir, do we have updates on the DENR probe within its own ranks?
Yeah.
May mga...
Actually, we mentioned that in yesterday's press briefing. This effort will not only include rehabilitation, or it will not include only filing cases or investigation of local government officials, but we will be also doing cleansing in our ranks. Titingnan natin kung may pagkukulang ba o merong konting problema dun sa mga nag-i-issue ng permit sa amin. Kasi kung if we will determine na nag-issue ng permits dun sa mga areas na hindi naman dapat bigyan ng permits, then appropriate administrative and criminal charges will be filed against these officials.
Doon po sa mga local government officials na binabanggit po ninyo nun, sir, meron na ho bang na-finalize na kailangan sampahan?
Our legal division is the one handling it, but kita niyo naman din kasi, sabi nga nung one Senate hearing, di ba, it will not happen if there was no collusion that na nangyari doon, no? Kasi kung mag-i-issue, for example, meron kaming office na nag-issue ng ECC doon sa area na hindi naman dapat bigyan ng ECC, So yun tinitingnan natin yung kanilang pinag-aaralan natin at investigahan natin talaga kung ano yung mga liabilities ng mga nag-i-issue ng permit sa
May figures po ba tayo dun sa mga LGUs na dapat sampahan ng kaso? Then dun sa mga tauhan po or opisyal ng DENR?
Sa DNR, madali naman kasi makikita lang naman natin kung sino yung nag-i-issue ng permits. Doon lang naman the DNR issuing environmental compliance certificates, or issuing discharge permits, or issuing permit to operate of generator. So ito lang, makikita natin kung nag-issue ba sila ng mga permits doon sa mga area na dapat i-issue. So makikita na, madali natin makita. For the local government units, it will be the call of the DILD to file criminal charges, administrative charges and criminal charges against the local governments responsible there in Boracay.
Kung madali pong makita dun sa mga tauhan ng DENR, ilan na po so far yung na-issuean ho or reprimanded or kung ano man po yung binigay ho ninyo sa kanilang mga kaparusahan? Meron na ho ba?
Wala pa.
Nasuspindi man lang?
Oo, wala pa. Ang ginagawa lang namin, meron yung isang penro namin sa bago yung penro namin sa Boracay. Yung dating penro doon, wala na doon yung dating penro namin.
Sir,
At
how
may mga kaso na.
magiging parang investigation? Are we looking into parang dito hanggang regional directors pa or hanggang dito sa main office like
Usually, depende. Depende. Kung ang level ng permits ini-issue ng national level, so the responsibility will reach sa national level. Kasi may mga DCC na din lang sa region eh. May mga permits. Kung, for example, the national agency, the EMB, issued a permit in Boracay Island. So, whoever the official responsible for the issuance will be responsible and liable for that.
Doon po sa Penro, sorry, doon po sa
Teka, Maki?
Penro,
Si Maki?
So from national office down.
No, kasi may mga permits tayo talagang nanggagaling dito sa national office eh. So, kung meron dito nag-issue sa national office na pertaining doon sa violation doon, then that issuing officer should be liable and responsible also.
sir, yung pong Penro na sinasabi nyo na iba na yung nandun, wala na yung dati, kailan po siya natanggal?
I think kailan ba?
Dito lang po ba na uminit po yung issue o before pa po?
Late last year. May information late last year. Kasi nangyari dyan when we nagkaroon siya ng kaso doon, kaya lang nagkaroon naman kami ng konting reorganization, di ba? Na nagkaroon rationalization. Actually, nawala kasi yung aming field offices doon. Tinanggal doon. But based on sa rationalization namin, nawala kami ng opisina, tinanggal ng BBM yung opisina namin doon sa Boracay Island. But our Secretary Simato felt that there should be a need to restore our office there. That's the reason why we have now Penro in that island now.
Sir, itong 900 establishments, do they represent the majority of the establishments? Ilan ba yung establishments mula sa Boracay?
Siguro kasi ito yung 900 natin, just to emphasize, itong 900 ito yung mga illegal forest occupants in that land. Yung sa universe ng buong island, hindi wala pa akong figure.
And then meron ba dito mga 5-star hotels or big
Hindi ko masagot yan, but we have, hindi ko alam yung category, DOT ang kasi ang nagde-determine kung 5-star yan o 3-star. Di ba DOT naman? So, but sa amin kasi, pag nakita natin yung isang building dyan, isang hotel na nagbabiolate ng Clean Water Act or it is located in a forest land without permit, then that the owner will be responsible.
Sir, yung 900 po na yun, show cause o kasama na rin dun yung 900 din yung notice to vacate?
Yung notice, show cause orders, 948 or 900 plus. But itong 900 under evaluation ng aming legal, whether, kasi tinitingnan namin kung ni-require namin sila to submit explanation kasi. So it depends upon the evaluation of the law, our legal division. But some of these 900 were determined already as a violator, and our legal office has already issued notice to vacate based on the show cause orders issued. Siguro mga, maybe I can provide you the details.
You said?
Yeah.
How
Okay.
about other...
Yung mga iba, tanong kayo ha, baka si Maki yung tatanungin. Sige. Sige.
Sir, how about other destinations?
Yeah.
Saan tayo susunod? Saan
Actually-
tayo susunod?
Actually, sa tingin ko, walang kasunod yan eh. Kasi ang maganda rito kasi sa nangyari sa Boracay Island, ay ginagawa natin, yung mga ibang potential tourist destination, natakot na din. Like for example, I heard itong aming, kasi may standing instruction secretary si Matu na while we are focusing here in Boracay, other regional directors of the DNR should also look into the potential tourist destinations within their area. For example, in El Nido, nag-i-issue na rin ng ating artists dyan, regional directors natin, ng mga notice of violations sa violation ng mga easements at mga forest land. Sa Panglao, I recall our secretary visited one time Panglao and yung aming regional directors doon nag-i-issue na rin ng mga notices of violations. And what is yung maganda rin sa nangyari sa Boracay, yung mga local government units na nandun sa mga potential tourist destination, naging aware na rin sa kanilang responsibility. In fact, sa Siargao, ay sa Panglao, si Governor Chato, medyo concerned na rin dun sa mga violators sa Panglao.
Sir, about others? Puerto Galera?
Ang Puerto Galera, even if we are focusing on Boracay Island, tuloy pa rin yung aming nag-issue na rin yung notice of violations doon. In fact, in the latest survey, latest inspection natin sa Sabang, sa Oriental Mindoro, napakataas ng coliform content ng wastewater doon. So we have already issued, our regional directors then has been issuing notices of violation, and they are requiring the hotels to or businesses there to explain.
Sir, last, we're also demolishing.
If it is warranted, we will be demolishing those illegal structures there.
Sir, just to clarify, earlier sinabi na yung mga establishments that were compliant will be allowed to remain open in Boracay. Pero yesterday, Secretary said that even the compliant ones will be closed as well.
Siguro i-clarify ko lang yun sa clarify ni Secretary Alegre yan, Sec Alegre kahapon. Since they are complying, they can open their, wala naman tayong problema, they can open their hotels, no? But their operation. But ang problema kasi doon, walang tourist na pupunta. So, ibig sabihin pag sinabi lang na baka magsarap maapektuhan sila because tourists, foreign and local tourists will not be allowed to enter Boracay. So, compliant sila, mag-ganon sila doon, mag-open sila, pero wala naman silang tourist doon. So, siguro sinabi siguro ni Secretary Tay, clarify ko na sinabi ni Sec Alegre na they will also be affected by the closure. Pero iba naman yung situation ng mga business talagang violators. We will really close them down. Even without closure, we will be closing them down.
Yusek, concern ko lang po dun sa part naman ng mga local tourists natin, mga foreign tourists. Hindi naman po lahat alam na nila itong mga nangyari. Yung iba, baka akala nila okay pa yung sitwasyon. Paano po dapat nilang gawin, lalo na yung mga nag-early booking po sa Boracay?
I heard this morning na si Secretary Tay interview sa Channel 2 sa Umagang Kay Ganda. So, sinabi ni Secretary Tay that they have already starting to coordinate with the airlines companies, sa mga hotels. Sabi nga niya kanina, narinig ko siya, mga 2 million lang naman ang foreign tourists. And then, siguro sa mga foreign tourists, about 1 million, sabi niya. So, 50% nun siguro hindi tutuloy, pero 50% she's optimistic that tutuloy pa rin yun. So, yung mga iba, siguro sinabi nila na kung magsarado naman ng Boracay, yung mga iba naman siguro pupunta na sa ibang magandang tourist destination natin Boracay.
Sir, yung to clarify, yung violators na i-close down, within the 6-month period or beyond?
Within the 6-month period, within the 6 month and continuous pa. Even before the closure, we're already issuing notice of violation kung may violation sa clean water. But then, itong sa 6-month period, we will make sure na those violators will be closed down if they cannot comply with the environmental laws. And continue. Hindi na po pwedeng, kasi kung may violation ka ng batas hindi naman din closure. Kaya lang dito, i-intensify talaga natin within the 6-month period.
Ay mga hotels dyan, sir, isasara na.
Tapos yung sa mga illegal forest occupants, there will be no reason for them to stay there.
So, sir, anong pakikita after 6 months sa Boracay?
We're looking at the resolution of all these major environmental problems after 6 months. Like for example, drainage and wastewater, untreated wastewater. We will be providing a solution to the garbage problem there. And then probably yung demolition ng mga illegal occupants sa forest land and filing of cases against violators of yung mga illegal reclamations ng mga wetlands.
Ano ba yung mga main roads within Boracay?
Pardon?
Yung roads, yung kalsada, kasama rin ba yun sa...
That's the reason why we will be coordinating with the DPWH. So, may mga matatapos, but definitely hindi naman din ganun kabilis yun. But yung mga critical areas will be addressed.
Sir, did you see any violation din po ng hotel ng Boracay Sands Hotel at saka Costa de la Vista sa Villar family?
We will look at it later, siguro.
Is there initial investigation?
Hindi ako familiar sa list eh. Kaya tingnan natin later on sa...
Pwede pa check na.
Tingnan natin mamaya. Tingnan natin after this session. Papakita namin sa inyo niya kung nandun sa list. Para at least ituloy muna yung mga questions din natin. But later on yung mga details na ganyan, we can show you the list.
Kasi it's important to know, considering na nag-conduct ng investigation si Senator Villar herself.
Sir? Yes, sir.
Sir, yung pong ibig sabihin, kahit sa may closure order, pwedeng pumunta pa rin yung mga turista doon sa lugar?
Hindi. Very clear yun. There will be no foreign and local tourists that will enter Boracay Island starting April 26.
Kasi bukas yung mga sinasabi niya na sumunod naman sa batas, pero hindi pala pwede pumunta doon.
Because ayaw naman na sabi nga ng isang radio anchor doon, hirap na maglinis ng bahay kung marami nakakalat ng mga tao doon. So, we want to implement these rehabilitation measures and we want to fast-track these activities so that we can relaunch the Boracay Island even without waiting for the 6-month period.
Sir, question.
Where are you?
Sir, ito.
Deck.
Hi, sir. Sir, it seems yung Boracay issue requires interagency efforts. Sir, gusto ko lang i-clarify ano yung mga roles talaga ng different agencies. Kasi we have here DENR, and then the OT, of course, and then pumasok yung DILG. Paano natin, para nag-overlapping ba yung roles natin and functions? Paano natin ma-determine na ito talaga ang department na
That's a
papasok?
good question. Actually, hindi na lang malilinis sa interagency na tatlo eh. So for DENR, nakita niya ito yung gagawin natin. Environmental activities ang gagawin natin yan. So for DIL, for DOT, sila naman ang concerned din sa mga local tourists, sa mga social impact ng closure. Sila ang bahala dyan. Ang DILG, silang enforcer natin. They will be implementing a closure plan, implementing the orders of the DENR, in closing down all businesses. And then, in addition to these three agencies, Secretary Simatu will be, although we will be expanding the membership of expanding the membership of the interagency. Like for example, may mga na-displaced na workers, so dapat dole nandun, dapat nandun BSW. So maybe Secretary Simatu can provide detail later on. Our Secretary will provide that expansion of the interagency.
Sir, doon po sa stakeholders meeting po ninyo na naka-schedule sa April 17, ano po yung malaking i-announce po ninyo doon pagdating po doon sa kabuhayan ng mga maaapektuhan?
Sa April 17, I was informed by the DOT because it was called by DOT. No? So as I was informed, the purpose of the April 17 stakeholders meeting will be to present to the stakeholders the detailed plan of the different agencies. What are the activities that will be undertaken? What will be the deliverables at the end of the 6-month period? So yun ang gagawin doon sa April 17. I-invite nyo lahat ng stakeholders doon. And then we will be explaining the rationale of the closure.
May financial assistance po bang ibibigay doon sa mga affected na workers ko doon o paano?
Secretary Roque emphasize that in yesterday's briefing. I remember it was mentioned that DOLE will be ready to provide employment to 5,000 displaced workers there. And then DSWD will also provide assistance through the cash transfer program. And then DOT and the TESDA will provide training and workshop to the affected workers.
Madali lang hong sabihin yun, sir, pero paano po yung proseso? Halimbawa, apektado po yung establishmento. Halimbawa po, apektado yung establishmento kung saan ako nagtatrabaho. Pupunta lang ho ako sa DSWD, sasabihin kong ako ay apektado, bibigyan ako.
We have already a list of those DOT kahapon minention na now. We have already a list of those potential employees that will be affected by closure. We emphasized in yesterday's briefing that only the employees na nandun sa legal establishments, but for those establishment na illegal naman ang existence doon, like for example, establishment within the forest land. So bakit naman nasagutin yun? It has to be shouldered by the establishment na tago. In the first place, hindi naman dapat nasagutin.
Opo. Sir, last na lang, sorry po. Gusto ko lang hong pa-elaborate po sa inyo yung binanggit po ninyo kanina na nakasuhan, yung Penro doon. Ano hong naging kaso niya at sino po siya?
Maybe we can tell you after this briefing na. No, sa'yo na lang, isa lang naman, pero lang naman, babanggitin ko na sa mga pagkatapos nito. No.
Okay, sir, yung
Sir,
listahan ng...
Listahan ng establishment. Yes. Pwede naman tayo, di ba? Establishment nung yung violators ng Clean Water and Clean Air Act. Meron na kami. And forest land.
So, sir,
Pagkatapos nito,
sir, the rehabilitation was
provided the list.
Sir, the rehabilitation was prompted by the President's description of the island as a cesspool. Can we expect like after 6 months na hindi na ito masasabi na isang cesspool?
Yan ang ating mission. Yan ang mission ni Secretary Simato. Ma-ensure na hindi na siya magiging cesspool. Kaya nga isa sa mga natin dito yung drainage system and sewer lines and STPs. We want to make sure that all the wastewater that will be discharged in the water body should be within the class SP category. Pag sinabi ng SP, ito yung pwedeng paglangoyan ng mga tao doon sa beach.
Sir, when was the last time you tested the waters of Boracay, sir? And how harmful or how dirty is the waters of
Meron kaming
Boracay?
regular, kaya nga sa presentation namin kanina, hindi nyo pinakinggan yung aming presentation. Downward trend na nga eh. Hindi, joke lang. So,
Sir,
meron kami,
as of now, would you say the water is safe for swimming?
Hindi pa eh. Hindi pa rin. Pero sabihin tumataas na. Based on the graph, I supposed to show you.
Sir, so it's not safe to swim in stations 1, 2, and 3?
Yung discharge lang. Discharge. Kasi pag sinabi natin discharge, yung nanggaling sa pipes and drainage system. So, yung sinasabi natin wastewater dito sa beach, ibang siya ambient sampling ang kailangan natin doon, ambient. But sa ambient sampling nito, medyo pasado pa naman. Ang problema natin kasi yung drainage outfall, nakita mo, yan yung so, ang last sampling namin doon sa mga outfall was in April 2.
Sir, doon po sa kung nasaan yung mga turista, 1, 2, 3, how safe or how dirty is the water there po?
Sa ngayon?
Opo.
Hindi pa naman, nasa within safe level pa naman. Ang concern kasi natin yung discharge that will really make the water body polluted. We will not address these discharges.
And these discharges, sir, nasaan sila?
Dito naman sa outfall nito, sa Station 1. Yeah.
Sir,
Okay?
sir, question. Sir, question po.
Saan ba?
Dito. May report po na kaya daw po minamadali nyo ang rehab sa Boracay para in preparation ng pagbubukas po ng floating casino ng mga Chinese businessmen. Any reaction, sir?
Actually, sinagot na namin yan na we can't really comment on that issue for the meantime because we have not received any application for permits do sa hotel na yun, sa casino. But siguro pag nagsabit sa amin, we will be determining whether to accept or deny the application. Siyempre based on scientific parameters.
My other question, sir, is ilan na po ba yung notice of violation na na-issue nyo para naman sa
Nakapag-issue na kami sa Panglao.
Palawan?
Nako, I don't have the figure right now, but we can provide you the figures kasi kala ko Boracay lang muna. We can provide you a copy, list of the number of notices of violation issued in Panglao and even in other tourist destinations.
Sir, for opportunity po, pakita niyo yung list ng 900 na sinasabi niyo.
Yung 900?
Photo lang.
Anong 900? Alin?
Sir, kasi pakita niyo lang yung list ng mga sasakyan.
Si Sir ang hahawa.
Yung list. Yung sampling?
Show it to them.
Sir, okay na daw makita.
Pinapakita mo sa kanila.
Downgrade na sampling.
Ito yung ito yung quality of water na nakita lately. And it is improving pero hindi pa pasado. It's not just sir. Konti na lang siguro. The quality of water, which is really the mainstay of our problem there, the water.
Listahan. Pakitaas ko daw na po.
Ito kayo for establishments that refuse to back down and bring this to the courts.
What do you okay.
Can you use the mic?
Hi, sir. Sir, message lang for the establishments that you've discovered that they have violations but they refuse to back down and might contest and bring this issue to the court by filing a TRO.
For that question, well, we are ready to face them because we have to implement the law. Nobody should be above the law.
Pero sir, may indication na ba na merong gusto na mag-file ng case against dun sa order to closure?
Wala pa naman.
Ay, wala pa. Hopefully, wala. But we are prepared to face them. But, sana, na lang, because this is for their, naman ito eh. Sandali lang naman sana sacrifice ito because this is for their own good. It's not for the DENR, it's not for the, of course it's for the DENR, pero yung tourism aspect is for the tourism industry.
Before we proceed, siguro yung statement ni Secretary Simatu, ito yung binasa natin sa Malacanang for the information of the press also.
Yes, I presented the proposal in behalf of the other agencies, the Department of Tourism, the Department of Interior and Local Government, and our proposal was approved by the President. Permit me to read a statement, if you... the President has spoken. Boracay will be closed to tourists by April 26. The Interagency Task Force is finalizing comprehensive action plan to properly administer the closure. On the part of the DENR, our task to clean up and make Boracay a livable community and an enhanced tourism destination will be continuing even beyond the 6-month closure period. We'll make sure that Boracay's waters will consistently pass international water quality standards. We will fast-track the improvement and completion of the drainage and sewerage systems. Residual and bio-waste will be disposed of through eco-friendly technologies, while stakeholders will be retrained on solid waste management. I repeat this. Will retrain all those stakeholders that will be retrained on solid waste management. The wetlands will be rehabilitated. Illegal structures, piled up debris, sediments, and invasive alien species will be removed from these life-giving areas. The forest will be recovered and properly taken care of. We will establish the Boracay Island habitat in Barangay Yapak to serve as nesting ground for flying fox bats, for turtles, and we will ensure that the puka beach will really have puka shells. Ibabalik ko ulit natin ang puka shells. We will continue to go after violators and will make sure that establishments will take corrective measures in accordance with standards. We are aware of the need to balance the environmental and socio-economic requirements as we undertake the closure. That is why we are proposing the expansion of the task force to include all agencies which will take care of the other concerns. This will include the DOLE, the SWD, the TESDA, the Department of Energy, Department of Transportation, and even the Department of Health. I was talking to the Department of Energy a while ago, and he volunteered to join us because of the transportation of the transformation of the transport requirements of the island. He was volunteering about the use of electric tricycle. This e-strike will be used there. Indeed, much needs to be done. After many years of unbridled expansion and influx of mass tourism, we need to restudy the master plan, not only for Boracay, but the entire province of Baclan as a prime tourism destination, so that the jewel that the island has been known to be remain as jewel with proper and responsible care. We enjoin all concerned to assist in this endeavor. Let us work together to make Boracay a livable community, a better, cleaner, and safer destination we can all be proud of. Thank you.
Sir, so i-phase out po yung mga current tricycles na nandun sa Boracay to be replaced by this e-tricycle?
That is the same. Meron na ginagamit doon eh. Almost the same na doon. But it's about numbering about thousands. We will be in fact we will be going there, and we will have a transition mode from open to close, then close to open later, and we intend to change all the vehicles there, from the van, from the tricycles. We will make all electric vehicles.
So may assistance dun sa like quarantine, hindi naman electric vehicle yung kanilang ginagamit doon?
Alin yun?
Meron pong assistance na ibibigay ang government para maka-avail sila ng electric.
Yes, yeah. Pag-usapan na namin ni Secretary Alcosia sa first meeting namin, and the offer of the Department of Energy to supply all this to the island. And as far as the conditions of the what will be the conditions with together with those operators, and we'll still study this.
May nakikiusap na po ba sa inyo ng mga big names to spare, halimbawa po yung negosyo nila o yung resort nila, kung maaari po, wag na lang galawin. May gano'n na po ba? May mga nakikiusap na po ba na magamit ng back channels para lang maisanbay yung negosyo nila, halimbawa na nasa forest land?
wala pa naman. Pero kung there will be, we will be really, we'll face them. And in fact, that is a requirement for us. After we give the notice of violation to them, after 15 days, we'll have a meeting with them, and we'll find out what will they do about that violation. So,
Meron po ba kayong mga malalaking negosyante o talagang well-entrenched businessmen, personalities na may-ari po ng mga nabigyan niyo po ng notice of violation sa forest lands, etc.?
marami na po, marami.
Sample, sir?
Mapa-away kagad ko.
Yes, nakakaano nga ito sabi niya, I will just muna mention yung pangalan. O yung...
violator naman. Kung violator naman, so...
Sige. Violator kasalanan niya, nag-violate Kung hindi siya nag-violate, hindi natin i-mention yung pangalan niya. Diba? Hindi lang naman May ganito yun punta doon, sabi niya, hindi naman po kasalanan yung pagdi-discharge ng tubig doon sa aking establishment Kasi mayroon kasing spring doon. Sabi niya, nagulat ako. Sabi ko, paano nagkaroon ng spring dyan sa isang island? Ito na siguro wetland kako. Hindi nahuli ko ba siya? Doon pala yung wetland na nawawala.
So, sino, sir? Sino po, sir?
Ayun pa Crown Crown Regent.
West Coast.
Pinuntahan niya ako another name? Hindi, wala yun lang mo na. Kasama naman.
Siya na pumunta. Siya yung pumunta sa inyo na representative from the company.
Okay na yun. Ikaw naman, pumunta na nga I-research na lang kung sino owner, no?
Really, ito ba?
How about the billiard? How about the billiard po? Di ba meron sila itong dalawang establishments ito condominium at saka yung hotel?
Wala pa naman.
May violation ba yun, sir? Yung dalawang kasama ba?
Walang in the area kasi is hindi pa naman tapos, nagawa pa nga yata pero hindi nakakarating kasi doon ng ng sewage system. They have their own treatment plant doon, so walang doon, walang
violation kahit
walang yung sewage system is not doon hindi umabot doon kaya karamihan yung mga violations na namin is sewage system.
So, is it safe to say na walang violation any establishment na pag-aari ng mga bilyar doon sa Boracay? Is it safe to assume?
As of now, wala naman talaga pa. Wala naman.
Did you check?
Yeah. Wala naman nakalagay doon sa nila. Hindi naman
Hindi, kayo sir kasi yung enforcers kayo yung nag-check. So,
wala pa naman.
Sa inyong pag-check,
Wala sila sa listahan.
Yes, wala sa listahan Wala sa listahan. Yes. Kasi, ang inano namin is the sewage system, then the easement, the beach, tapos if you are intruding inside the forest area, at saka wala ka sa wetland, ito lang naman muna ang inano ng environment. Yeah, that's it.
Crown Region.
Sir, Crown Region po, Crown Region Hotel, yung kanina yung isa.
Regency ata. Crown Regency.
Crown Regency.
Crown Regency.
Sir, kinuwento ni Secretary Teo na nung cabinet meeting, sir.
Sir, kinuwento ni Secretary Teo na nung cabinet meeting, with regards to the approval of ito pong closure, nagkaroon po na parang matinding diskusyon because the other cabinet secretaries did not support or did not favor a total shutdown. Can you tell us, sir, what kung ano po yung what transpired during that meeting? Ano po ba yung dahilan kung bakit ayaw nila nang magkaroon ng total closure? And how did you defend yung DILG, DENR, and DOD? How did they defend the stand kung bakit kailangan ng closure? Total closure, sorry.
Hindi naman nila sinabi na they are against. They were just voicing some concerns of some group na nagsabi sa kanila. Then after we have already explained to them, it is a question of the economic side and the environmental and the tourism side and the LG side ay binabalance lang naman namin, and after explaining to them the decision ay the recommendation ay ano naman ano rin siya, hindi naman niya actually na siya ang against yung ano lang yung nag-request kanya na i-bring out man lang ano.
Ano yung concern? Ano yung concerns nila?
Yung economic side, and the business trade side, and the trade side.
Secretary, can we say that the lack of understanding or mastery of environmental laws, ito nag-led to the problem in Boracay? Kasi we are saying kanina that we have to retrain environment officials and local officials with regards to solid waste management.
Yes, ito kasi ang pinag-umpisahan lahat itong problema and the situation and condition of the island and the environmental issues. And kaya nga napunta yung DENR doon at saka at the same time ginawa kong head because of this problem. There are also other problems like for example yung talagang na kasi parang masyado ng maraming buildings, ang masaklap pa doon, maraming ang buildings hindi pa properly planned, kung saan lang nakaharap, kung saan ay pagpasok mo ka doon sa eskinita, paganya-ganya. And in fact, kasi if you construct a building there, you should get a building permit. And if you have the building permit, if you bring in some construction material there, doon pa lang sa Katiklan, ay pakita mo na yung building permit mo bago you are allowed to bring in construction material. But I was surprised when I was there that there is already a construction hardware inside Boracay. Hindi na kailangan yung mga building permit. I can just buy it there, nagagawa na. So that's how really is unfortunate yung situation there. You're enforcing these things and yet nandun na mismo naka-in place na yung pinag-prevent mo. You can buy already the lumber, you can buy cement doon, so you can buy everything. You can build a building already there without getting a building permit. So that's the condition there. So makita ninyo hindi properly na talaga. And transportation. I don't know if you have gone there. When you reach yung care, you go to your hotel, it will take you about 1 hour to reach your hotel. So because there is also I don't know if you have seen that the proposed we will be constructing a road that will decongest the only road. Ipakita mo na kanina?
Ayaw nila sir Gumawa nila sir ng kopya daw.
Ganon. If you go to the area of the hotels, there is only one road that's available for you. And doon na lahat ang gumagalaw. So ngayon, gusto namin gagawa ng road on the other side. Para naman yung mga logistics, karamihan kasi doon, 1/2 tourist, 1/2 mga logistics. Kung ano dyan, kung soft drinks, kung ano dyan, nagkala-halo-halo na yan. So we would like to use another road for logistics para hindi mo naman makihalo na sa mga turista. Yan ang gagawin namin. And we cannot, mayroon ito kung sana makita ninyo ito, I don't know if you can see this is very vital kasi sana makita rin ninyo yung very crucial kasi ito. If the ano ito ito yung ano na dyan. This is a very important para malaman rin ng mga tao, especially those who will be complaining for the Ayan, that's the map. Yung red line is the proposed on the right side, and the left side is the only road. The blue side, the blue line at the left is the only available. Now, if you open that red line, that will decongest. Pagkamatang ko lang siya. Hindi mo makikita naman dito Ha?
Sir, may hard copy ba kayo?
Meron, sir.
Pwede pakita niyo, sir? Hard copy.
Yung last time tayo napunta sa Boracay, I think you have experienced that one. Yung grabe traffic. Now we would like to decongest that one because that is only one road na existing ngayon. Ano na doon. So ililipat namin ngayon magpunta sa kanan. Ang masaklap lang yung isang madaanan na lupa, pumayag na yung isang side kasi eksakto lang sa tricycle Luluwagan namin yon. Yung on the right side pumayag na pero on the left side medyo ano pa siya. So we were doing things na ipa-cancel na namin yung title niya para maano na siya.
Pwede pakita niyo sa amin, sir? Yung nga tayong map. Pwede, sir. Boy, atas konti, boy. Pwede ka, sir.
Ito yan Ito yung ano.
Ayan. Thank you.
The other side is that.
Dito pa, sir. Dito pa, sir. Dito, sir. Balik mo na dito, sir. Sir, dito, sir.
Ito pwede itong muna, no?
Hindi, ito, sir. Tulog nyo na, sir. Paganda, sir. Wala. Sir, dito po, sir. Sir, balikin na ako.
We will just be giving you copies of the presentation.
Sir, propose ko lang sa may sinasabi si Senator Trillanes.
Last two.
Na parang question niya na masyadong hasty raw yung pagpapasara and kaya daw pinapasara is dahil dun sa casino na gusto magbuksan. So gusto raw namin ipasok yung mga kargamento. May ganun siyang theory. May basis ba yun o wala?
Wala ho, walang relationship ang casino rito ang ginagawa natin. I would like to say, yung casino, nalaman na lang namin, actually, we've been starting this one several months Nag-umpisa na kami rito, then later on lumabas itong casino, nagulat nga ako itong pagkano ng casino. But ang aking position dyan ay, of course, I have my personal position, pero yung aking I will wait for the request if ever there will be. Katulad dito na maalala niyo yung Nickelodeon ba yan? Nickelodeon? Doon sa Palawan. Panday nila, sabi nila, hindi ko pa masagot kasi wala pa. Ang ngayon, wala na rin talaga. Anong malay ko, baka ganito rin dito Ngayon, if ever na mayroon man darating na kanyan, I will wait for the result of the research that we made by the DENR through our Ecosystem Research and Development Bureau namin to determine the carrying capacity of the island. Now with that, if we have already the result of that, that will be a basis, that will form the basis of our ECC. Kung ano man nakalagay doon, kung sobra na talaga, well, nowhere, wala talaga. So yan ang aming but we will wait for I will wait for the request for our ECC, if ever there will be a project really, ganyan. And we will also wait for the result. The result of the carrying capacity will be released on April 24. Yung aming carrying capacity. Ako nga mismo, hindi ko pa alam. I was asking the, pero minsanan na lang i-release sa 24.
Okay, so thank you.
Just imagine your face.
Talaga, nag-aaway mo si Secretary.
Sir, what's your personal position? You mentioned your personal. When you found out about
No. May personal no.
Why not, sir?
Marami naman pupuntahan yun. Bakit ilagay pa doon? Ang hirap na nga dahil nilinisan
Okay, so last question for Secretary Simato.
Opo. Saan po dinadala yung solid waste ng Boracay? And bakit po part lang ng total volume generated ang nakukuha?
May plano tayo dyan. Ang aking number one plan kasi noon yan is dapat walang maiwan na garbage in any day. Ang ibig sabihin, sa gabi, tapon na doon, alis na doon sa island. The following day, start the day again without any garbage. That was supposed to be the plano. Pero na-overtaken naman ng event ito, yung availability of barge every day. So ito ngayon ang kasi that barge talaga, hindi mo pwede ilagay sa Iba-barge po talaga yan Now, ang aming ngayon, we have planned for that. We will be, there are some proposal that it will be waste to fertilizer. It's not waste to waste to fertilizer, meaning doon na mismo sa loob ng loob ng island, doon na mismo i-process yung waste to fertilizer. Ang byproduct ito, fertilizer, ibenta na lang ito sa for the farmers in the area.
That will be for the biodegradable waste?
Yeah, po.
How about the non-biodegradable, sir?
We have a
Facility sa EMB po yan.
yes, we have already a treatment facility. Pati ngayon, waste doon doon na mismo magawa ng planta in Boracay itself para hindi nalalabas yung mga garbage.
So, gagawa po tayo ng plant doon kung ano po yung pwedeng i-process, doon na lang i-process.
Yes. Para hindi na kasi, alam mo, very kasi doon, kukolektohan muna yun doon sa mga establishment, ilalagay doon, ililipat, then dadalhin sa barge sa mainland. Meron kasi doon, mayroon facility doon para dyan sa garbage. Pero this time, doon na mismo yung mga non-degradable, doon na lang ang ibebenta lang nila, halimbawa plastic, mga bote,
Are we looking into the possibility of having a sanitary landfill sa Boracay na mismo?
No. I will not allow that, no sanitary landfill. That will be located in the mainland.
So, ang hauling po, malilesen?
Ay, wala na. Doon na mismo ang we have already determined the place for the plant. Will be secluded, meron high fence, that will be hindi masyadong visible sa
Kailan po gagawin yung project na yan?
I suppose as soon as possible because there are already proposals for that.
So, ilan ang capacity niya sa kay lifespan ng landfill? Kasi Boracay is small island.
Walang landfill sa Boracay.
Pero yung area yung magagawa ng landfill.
Incinerator po bang gagamitin, sir?
No incineration. This is by chemical by chemical process. It is similar to a plant in Naga, Cebu.
Sir, yun ba yung
So,
waste to energy?
Waste to energy.
That's the one that you're going to.
So on that note, we thank you for coming over. You can take your lunch. And for the presentation, you can visit our website. Pati yung statement we sent.
Ipara-copy. Bigyan na lang isa.
Sir, yung photo po ulit ng Boracay.
Meron na. Yung sir, yung statement, sir.
Meron na?
Yes. So yung statement nandiyan na. Yung presentation, you can see that in our website at saka yung Facebook. Thank you very much.